Hello, everybody. Jess Lose with the Structural Building Components Association with another weekly update. Second one of this week because we missed last. But yeah, still at IBS day 3, getting ready to start. It's been a great show. I appreciate everybody that I've had the opportunity to talk to, that I've seen, that I've met. It's fun because I can actually have a little more in-depth conversations with a number of people. Whereas an OQM or stuff, we're kind of producing an event, whether it's BCMC. So I don't always get as much in-depth time with people as I'd like. But this has been a great week, seeing a ton of people catching up and, meeting some new friends as well. But a couple updates or a couple shout outs to begin with. First off, Stephen with our staff, the guy that handles digital QC. So hopefully you've talked to him, but we'll get to that a little bit later. But Stephen, he has a birthday coming up on the 7th. That is a great birthday. It's my grandpa's birthday as well. So happy birthday, Stephen. Happy birthday to my grandpa. So I'm excited to see him this weekend. We're actually going to make brats. That's with my grandpa, not Stephen. Stephen, I hope, is having a good weekend on his own. But beyond that, Talia with our staff has been with us 2 years on the 8th. So congratulations, Talia. Thank you for all your hard work. And reach out to her for a number of things. Chapter engagement is probably number 1 on that list. That is one of the things we talked about last week in our board meeting, is how do we ensure that our chapters remain active and they don't kind of fall into that inactive status. So we've had a number of conversations. It's kind of one of those where we're forcing the issue just to make sure that those chapters remain in good standing. And that's what we want. So if there are any issues, or if you're curious if your area has a chapter, most likely it does, reach out to Talia. Tell her congratulations on 2 years, but then also ask on how you can help and how we can get some meetings going with some of these chapters that have not met in quite some time. That is our goal, is to make sure that we've got a great grassroots organization throughout the country for SBCA. So beyond that, I just wanted to touch base on several items and not go into too much depth. And it was kind of like, how should component manufacturers, how should our associate framer members be engaging SBCA? So I wanted to talk through a number of different things, just touch on them briefly. I put a number of links in the wherever the links show up on the video, so you can reach a lot of that information there quickly. One of which is the innovation grant. We've got that coming up for BCMC, and it's one way that we're trying to drive new people to our industry, and even those that are in the industry, to showcase their innovations and what they're doing to drive component manufacturing forward. So gotten a lot of good response on that. We've had a number of people submit applications. I believe it's probably early April. So you've got about 2 months left to submit that, but don't wait till the last minute. Make sure you get those submissions in. I've heard of some people having super top secret, some stuff going on at IBS here even. So I'm excited to see where all that goes and how we can continue to drive innovation. Also, SBCA Foundation, I talked about that earlier in the week. That is open for people to contribute. Also, look for our website coming on SBCA Foundation. Joe and the team have been doing a lot of great work there, so appreciate all of that. I'm really excited to see where the foundation goes. We're going to keep beating that drum because there's a lot of good work that people that are related to the industry, the component manufacturing industry, supply side, customer side, component manufacturers can all do to help drive housing needs through the foundation. Also, digital QC. I mentioned that earlier with Stephen. If you're not on digital QC, please get on that as quickly as possible. It's the best way to do QC. I get a report. I get a report every day, but weekly and monthly. Last month, we had over 10,000 inspections conducted, which is a pretty cool number. We see around 92, 91% conformances on those inspections. So there's still some room to improve, but it's good to see that people are measuring it so they know where they're at. And it's much more efficient than the paper QC. So speaking about that, QA, we unveiled some new QA pricing earlier this year, $95 per quarter per location for SBCA members using digital QC. And it's $190 per quarter per location for SBCA members still using paper. So hopefully that's an incentive either to jump over to SBCRI's QA, or more so do that and digital QC. So that's what we're trying to do, drive quality throughout the industry there. Also, we've got a little bit of a taste up there on our website for financial management concepts. That's a training program we've been working on for quite a while. We've got just a couple videos posted there. That's some really good content. Look for that to come. But I wanted just to kind of start driving the word on that. And you're going to log in. And if you've got any kind of a financial or accounting background, you might think, oh, gosh, well, this is kind of basic when you watch the first video. But I promise you, by the time you get to the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th video, which might not be there yet, but once you do, the content really ramps up quick. So don't let the first video think that, oh, well, this is just way too basic for me. I was a finance major in college, believe it or not. And I was like, holy cow, this is some good refresher stuff and some thoughts that I hadn't had as I'm watching those videos. And I'm only about halfway through the content. So I'm looking forward to that most advanced content to just kind of, keep your mind in the game, if nothing else, and to make sure that component manufacturers are doing the best that they can for their operations when it comes to financial and accounting practices. So beyond that, look at there. I'm at my 5 minutes or a little over. So with that, I'm going to cut her short or cut it off and say peaks up, press on. We'll talk to you next week, hopefully from Montana. But hope everybody had a great week, and we will talk to you later.